Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Football 2019, and we're on to episode number 28. We've already put our season to rest, at least for now. We have a chance after an outstanding 6-6 campaign of getting a little bit deeper and maybe getting one more game out of this season. I'm not sure. We're definitely on the edge of that possibility. Taking a look, though, at the schedule really reveals how our season has gone now to a T, as we're pushing into the very, very end of the season, and it's, well, December. So, first game of the season at Ohio, we win 32-0. Their record 2-10. Let's look just at the wins real quick. So Ohio 2-10, Nevada 4-8, Air Force 5-7, Hawaii 1-10, New Mexico 4-8, Kansas 3-8. Our losses: Cincinnati 11-1, Louisville 7-5, Boise State 8-4, Fresno State 11-1, San Diego State 8-4, and Nevada 8-4. Clear dividing line. We beat all the teams with losing records. We lost to all the teams with winning records. Yeah, and we had a couple of those that were close. Air Force, Louisville. Right? If we had lost to Air Force, they would have been 6-6. If we had beat Louisville, they would have been 6-6. And yet that ended up being kind of the dividing line for us. So just interesting to see that really the season went kind of right according to plan. Home and away didn't matter so much. We were 3-4 at home. We were 3-2 on the road. It was really about the strength of the opponent. If the team was a little bit weaker and losing a fair bit of their games, then we beat them. And it was nice to see that we did have some comfortable wins. I mean, 32-0, we had a 48-14, a 34-11. I mean, it's pretty good marks. All right, so our big thing right now is the recruiting. Points are all out there. I love that this season we've managed to already bring in 5. I mean, we're still doing the go for scraps method that worked out well for us last season, and yet somehow 5 players have already signed. So that's a real sign of progress. Prestige, it's only a 36, but that's still coming up. And maybe, even though it hasn't improved in stars, I would imagine my recruiting ability is a little bit higher. I mean, it takes, I don't know, 5-10 points, something like that, to get a star each time. And if we're talking to 5 stars and a scale of 100, and it's broken up into half star, I mean, that's what, 10 points every half star? So if we're already at 10 or 20 there, maybe we're getting close to 30 now. I don't know. And maybe that's why everything else has taken so much longer to show up. I certainly hope that's the case. Otherwise, I feel like I've made a real mistake in trying to develop a coach as well as a program. We'll see. We'll see. But let's go ahead and advance 1 week. We'll see what happens with recruiting. See if we can't grab another player or 2, hopefully. Holy cow, we just grabbed a bunch of players. Alright, we have news. Okay, Athletic Board, Week 16 summary. Look at that. We just signed 3, 6, 9, 12, like 13 players. all 3-star guys, but look at that. We got a 327, 325, 347, 331, 304, 302, 341. Got some really, really high-ranking recruits in there. I mean, that is fantastic. Now, it wasn't all good, though. We lost Irvine, but he didn't have an offer, so that's okay. We lost Brandon Thomas, 5-star guy, ranked number 9 to Florida. Okay, fine. But we did lose 2 guys, so cornerback and a tight end. So we did lose out on 2. Ironically, all 3 of those players went to the Gators. But that was awesome. I don't think we're at the final week yet. Could have been, though. Wow, 2 players improved. It's December 17th, by the way, so it's very much the end of the season here. So it's possible there might not be anything left. Now there is. 2 scholarships out. And that was that. There is nothing left on our targets list of players we are recruiting. Let's change this to not recruiting. Is there anybody? Okay. It looks like there's still recruiting possible, so we will try to get after those 2 positions that we did not fill, cornerback and tight end. Remember last season when literally every single recruit signed on the very last week? Here we are with only 2 spots left. Okay, so 2 positions, and we need a corner. Don't know anything about these guys, so his rank is much higher than the next guy on the list. And it's the greatest drummer ever. And as a drummer, I say that with very detailed analysis. Though, there are a couple of others that are quite good themselves, and arguably, but at least in the field of rock. Outside of jazz, I'm not that familiar with jazz drummers, but John Bonner. Or is it Bonham? Oh gosh, now. Mind drawing a blank. Zeppelin's drummer, either way. What are we doing here? Losing our focus. That's what we're doing. Not sure why I bother with the scouting points in interview, but we'll try anyway, right? Now, who's next? Tight end, yes. Okay, we still have a couple guys with a decent rank. Hopefully one of them is not being recruited, and yes. Okay, well, we're also at the end of the season, and I don't see a game for us on the calendar. So I have a feeling that we did not get a bowl game invite for this season. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Okay. This is championship week. So there's still a chance, actually. Yeah, here we go. Now bowl games are being selected, so there's still a chance. And we got into a bowl game. Look at that. Going to the Cajun Bowl. The Red Wolves are who we were playing. And both Bonner and Walker side. Let's see. Above average potential for Walker. Same for Bonner. So they're both good players. And there you go. There's some improvement. A lot of improvement. Players happy to get selected to a bowl, apparently. I would be too. Especially after where this team's been. And we got our last 2 recruits. This has wound up being a very, very good season for us. We're going to have a lot of good recruits coming in. I would think win or lose in this game, our prestige could be and should be going upward. Now, can I go back to week 16? So Houston beat Cincinnati in the American Athletic. Virginia Tech upset Clemson. The ACC. Colorado State with the massive upset over Fresno State for our conference. LSU crushing. How did the SEC end up with a 7-5 Missouri in their championship? That's an odd one. Wisconsin upsetting Ohio State, even though Wisconsin's technically the higher rank, better record. And this was an odd one. So Oregon was ranked number 4 in the nation. They were 11-1. Stanford was 11-1 as well. And it was Stanford who ends up with the North Division. Arizona State takes South Division with a inferior record, and then in a crazy contest, look at that, Stanford doesn't even score to the second half, and they win the game 15-7. Looks like a game from 30 years ago. And wow, Texas Longhorns back to 12-1, moving back up in the world, and they win the Big 12 championship. And it's going to be Stanford and not Oregon playing. They must have had the tiebreak. So Stanford plays LSU in one semifinal. It's going to be Miami and Clemson in the other. So that loss for Clemson was their first of the season, and it didn't change their rank at all. Okay, fine, I guess. Let's start with the hateable winners and Virginia Tech. Go Tech. Just saying. Good. Good. I mean, oh, sorry. I know there's a lot of Notre Dame fans out there. You know me. It's the team I love to hate. Wheat Bowl, one of the other BCS Bowl games, and it's Texas and Oregon. Big matchup here for my alma mater. Can they pull off the win? They do not. It's Texas. Wow, Texas back from the depths of hell to play in decent football again. Houston and Rutgers, this is actually a decent matchup of not so great teams, and Houston takes the win on that. Both of them playing well above their expected area. FSU, Cincinnati. Cincinnati wins that one. And now we're starting to get to all kind of everything else. Well, let's find our game and get into it. There we are. It's Arkansas State. Arkansas State, who are 8-5. It's going to be a tough one for us. Just happy to be here. Our offense is actually a little bit better than theirs. Amazingly, our defense, I'm 85th in the nation. They are 86th in the nation. Scoring, I'm 46th. They're 49th. Defense, I'm 91st. They're 88th. That is how close we are matchup-wise. I do get a bit more yardage per game than they do offensively. But even that, it's still only an edge of, what, 14 yards a game? The rush yardage is definitely where it's at for my team, though. We are 6th in the nation with 182.3, first in the conference. And defensively, we're 69th in rush defense as well. So we've got a real edge there. You can see we're getting, 73 yards per game better than our opponents. But it's in the passing area where we struggle quite a bit. I mean, we're all the way down at 110th in pass offense, 105th pass defense. And they're pretty good in that department. So this doesn't look like a very good matchup for us, as they are better in pass offense than rush offense, and we're much better with our rush defense. But where? 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns on the season. Kirkwood, 1,100 yards on the ground. Bradley, 550 through the air. Only a couple touchdowns, though, ironically. They've got a 1,000-yard receiver, exactly, with 7 TDs. But their quarterback, look at that. It's all to Huffman. 7 out of 11 touchdowns on the entire season. And he doesn't have the best completion percentage. I mean, you look, we've only had 12 attempts more than he's had. And we've had, 15 more completions. And TDs are 17-11. So actually, they've struggled to put it in the end zone. I do have my couple guys that are out, but they do have 3 guys fully out, 1 probable, and that's Hodges. That's their top running back as well, and that's Sprouse. Look at that. Sprouse is not playing in the game, so their top quarterback is actually out of this one. So it's pulled hamstring. Powell, not their main receiver, but one of their guys. So, maybe. It looks like we got a 35% chance of rain. It's going to be 67 degrees. Let's go ahead and get into the Cajun Bowl. I will play this game as far as we can. Giving myself just enough time to quickly sim the rest of the bowl games, and then get to those final 3 games of the season with the 2 semifinals and final. So I'll need a few minutes of time to go over those results as we go to wrap up the episode. But we should get right about 20 minutes of this game in. By the way, it is underway, and we open play with the ball, and we've gained 1 yard in 2 attempts so far. We're going to drop back to pass for the first time. It's a quick dump off over the middle to the fullback, and he can't even pull that in. It's broken up even though he was wide open. So maybe a lineman tipped that one. And Camo comes out and gets the job done with not the best punt. It's 47 yards. I guess that's pretty decent. 7-yard return. And Arkansas State's going to begin their first possession from the 28 Defense all over the receiver on that one, and it's going to fall incomplete. They're going to drop. Oh, the pitch just in time. He was about to get hammered well into the backfield. They do get 3 yards out of it, but 3rd and 7. Can we make this back-to-back 3 and outs to open the game? They do their jump off over the middle. This one, though, is caught. Quarterback was hit pretty hard as he goes, and Sean Ham, linebacker, is injured on the play, unfortunately, and that was good for a first down. So chains move, and they start 7 yards on first down here. So Bobo is playing quarterback. This is not their primary guy. 2nd and 3, they pick up 1 yard on the ground. It is Hodges, so Hodges is playing, but he only got 1 yard on that sweep. He's gets enough here on 3rd down, though, so the chains keep on moving. They are pushing into our end of the field. Now, we've come really close to stopping them twice, but yet they've moved the chains. That pass is incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10. They're going to drop the pass again. This is very much a pass-first team. And now Carr is injured on the play. I've had 2 players already go down injured on this drive alone. Finally, we stopped them on 3rd down. It's 4th and 9 from the 44-yard line. Ooh, and they opt to punt from there. Interesting selection. Definitely too far for a field goal. But with the touchback, they don't net very many yards there. Oh my goodness. Wide open is Bradley, but he decides to run before the ball gets to him, and so he leaves the ball behind, and the ball falls incomplete. On 2nd down, though, our rush game really starts to show itself for what it's capable of, and Kirkwood, under all sorts of traffic on the counter right, picks up 25 yards. So then we hand the ball off to the fullback on the next play, and Collins picks up 5 yards, 2nd and 5. So can we get this rush offense moving? It looks like we might be able to here. Another 5 yards, Gabriel, another first down. So after a very quick 3 and out on our first drive, our second drive looking much better. Again, though, wide receivers having issues. Pittman drops this one. We have a hard enough time in the pass game already. These drops are not helping us. 2nd and 10, we go for another pass. Falcon does catch this one in all sorts of traffic. That one looked like a nice catch. 3rd and 3, and we're going to drop to pass again with a short dump off under the triple guarded tight end with a 4th man in a zone standing behind him. Ware makes a terrible decision on that one, and us even closer to where they were at, and with a short distance to go for the first down, we opt to punt. I'd go for that 100% of the time. 4th and 3 from the 38 or thereabouts. I'd go for that 100% of the time because all we did was net 18 yards on that punt. And yet, if we could have gained 3 more yards on the next play, we'd have a chance at points. I'd risk those 18 yards. All day, every day. I mean, that's like the old saying from Wayne Gretzky. You miss 100% of the goals you don't take, or shots you don't take, I think is what it was. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Bobo sacked by Kevin Allen, 7-yard loss. 3rd and 11 now, and they're going to do the handoff. Dive left, Hodges 3 yards, and it's 4th and 8 from the 46. But again, they started with really good field position after we, punted from 4th and 3 in the safest kind of area to go for it on 4th down. 54-yard punt. It goes for a touchback. We're going to hand off in 1, and they blitzed everywhere. Kirkwood actually does a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. This one over the middle. Boy, if he could have shook off that defender, he could have gone as long as he could run. Fullback, not as much speed. Probably would have been caught by somebody at some point, but that would have been a huge gain. 3rd and 10, and we do the stupid handoff. Kirkwood does a good job, gets 7 yards, but it's 4th and 3. So now you're going to play for 7 yards. Yeah, don't care for the AI choices on a lot of these plays. Oh, we get the backfield penetration, can't make the tackle, but on the 2nd attempt we get him, short gain, so he picks up a few inches, is all 2nd and 10. Drop back to pass here, and boy, that line really stacked up a lot of players. Lombardi there to make the catch, but it's broken up. 3rd and 10. This pass, it's come back by the wide receiver. He's taken down short of the line. It's 4th and 3. 7-yard gain there to Huffman. Their top receiver who gets most of their catches. This punt, downed inside the 20, but only to the 17, so it's not too dangerous. Start with okay field position here. First play is a handoff right up the middle into lots of traffic. Gabriel only managed to get 2 yards out of that. Pretty much lucky to get past the line of scrimmage. Another dump off down the middle in traffic by Ware. I'm not sure what he's up to with that one, but Wilkins drops it. Lots of blockers. Gabriel needed to cut back left. Kirkwood should have been on that ball. It's a 3 and out, 4th and 4. We barely even get past the 20 on that drive. So, 0-0, late first quarter already, 3.5 minutes to go. And both teams have moved the ball a little bit, and then also not. So defenses carrying the load for the most part so far. 2nd and 3 here, 7-yard gain by Hodges. That's his best play of the game so far. Good blocking that time. It collapses quickly, but he gets 3 yards, enough for the first. Drop back to pass. Oh, strong safety, whoever that is. That was a dumb play. Stand your ground, step up, jump high, and he's going to bat that down, if not intercept. And he should have read it. Oh, no catch. Oh, he did catch it. 14-yard catch by Huffman there. Maggard slams him as he catches it, takes him down hard, but still, pass was complete. 2nd and 10 here. Brandt, this one falls incomplete. And we're definitely into scoring territory. The linebacker couldn't knock that one down. That one was over his head. And that goes for 11 yards and a first down. They're in the red zone. It's the day's first trip to the red zone. Sparkman's going to get 3 yards. Meyer on the tackle. Just 50 seconds left in the first quarter, and nice job there. I get 2 guys into the backfield. They get the option. They hand it off to the running back, but the second man brings him down as well. So 3rd and 10. No, come on. That looked like an illegal block by the fullback to me because the defender was all over him, and then all of a sudden the defender stops dead in his tracks before the ball gets there. Really surprised there was no penalty because he was not open at all until the fullback comes across. And now Arkansas State lead the game, scoring in the final second of the opening quarter. And I never saw a kickoff, but we're going to start with the ball from the 11-yard line. No idea what happened there, but we get 7 on first down. 2nd and 3. Handoff, traffic, but Kirkwood still manages to get 2 yards, 3rd and short. Whew. Gabriel 2 yards. Chains move, only just. Option. We get it out there. Oh, he should have kept pushing wide, but still finds a way. 10 plus, first down. Gabriel gets 15 yards through traffic. I don't know why he didn't push towards the sideline on that full sprint. If he goes at the diagonal, he was going to get that 15 yards without having to beat a bunch of defenders. Another option right. This time, Ware hangs on to it, picks up 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 8. That was quarterback sprint right. That was quarterback keeper all the way. So the blocker actually should have gotten out in front of him. We get 6 yards there on the completion to Wilkins, but it's 4th and 2 midfield. This one, not a slam dunk on the go for it on 4th, but the punt is awful. It's 31 yards, and apparently it was a line drive because Morton gets 14 yards on the return. A 31-yard punt hanging in the air is never going to get a return. It's going to be a fair catch every time, so must have been a really, really bad line drive punt. And so again, net yardage, awful. Might as well go for it. We got a fumble. We got a fumble here on this run. Cisco recovers. Oh, that's our Cisco. We got the ball. That's a turnover. Oh, I thought they got it. And on first down, we got a comeback by the wide receiver. He gets the catch, and he's going to get to the red zone. Inside the 10, he's still going. He's got defenders all over him. Can he shake him off? Can he get into the end zone? He does! Yes, we got a chance to tie the game with the extra point here. What a run after the catch. That is Pittman for 47 yards. He should have been taken down almost immediately, but when he gets away from the first man after the comeback and is able to, tack on another 5-10 yards, that's where he definitely should have been brought down by, as he had 2-3 guys just hanging all over him for 30 yards. I mean, it's like he was dragging those guys for 30 yards, it seemed. Can't believe they couldn't bring him down. But we tie the game, 7-7, here in the second. 11 minutes left to go. And by the way, I've got about 8 minutes left to go before I have to CPU finish the rest of the game. So, Arkansas State, as expected, all passing yards and nothing rushing yards. Quarterback hangs onto it too long here, sacked by James Duffy. He's going to lose 7 yards, and that'll be a 3-and-out. We get the ball back, and now momentum is really starting to swing our way. Can this be a bad punt from them? No, it's a decent one, but Maggard's at least going to bring it back past midfield, 13 yards on the return, and we're going to start from their 45-yard line. Real chance here. This one, sweep to the outside. He gets the extra block, turns the corner, and there was still too much. It took way too much to be able to turn that corner. So by the time Kirkwood did turn the corner, he was only able to get 5 yards, but at least he got that. Very similar to the play we just scored on, and this is going to take us down inside the red zone. Pittman, again, 22 yards. This time they bring him down, though, and it's 1st and 10 from the 18. A weird draw play to the left, counter left, short gain, didn't go anywhere. Their defense was all inside. They blitz again this time. Similar play, but to the left here with the quick comeback, and it's Bradley, 11 yards, 1st and goal. Handoff, short dump off, up the right. Gabriel looked like he could have gotten more, but somebody tripped him up at the line. He gets 2 yards, 2nd and goal from the 5. This pass, under heavy pressure. It's caught, and it's a touchdown. And we move into the lead just like that, from a deficit to a lead in just a moment. It's Bradley on the catch. Tight end streak, 5-yard gain. And it's 14-7 after the extra point is good by Clark. Clark's going to kick this one off. We lead 14-7 halfway through the second. And suddenly we're in control of this game. Or are we? Morton with a huge return there, out past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Whew. Big gain on that play. And 1st down. That could have been a lot more, as he had a step on his man. But Casillas able to quickly make the tackle after he was beat initially on the play. This zone read, switch off, good read by the quarterback. And it's Huffman. It was their top guy, but it was dropped. Huffman hit, I think, as he tried to make the catch. Boy, this one's good too. And another screen there that Arkansas State getting away with. Their receivers are setting screens for one another as if they're playing basketball. And that's all well and good after the catch, but you can't do that prior to the catch, which is what they've done those last couple of times. 2nd and 6, pass incomplete. 3rd and 6 now. Meyer broke that one up. And they're going to run it There's plenty of defenders there, and they're going to bring them down for just a 1-yard gain. That's Sparkman on the run. 4th and 5 from the 36. Are they going to go for the field goal? They don't. They opt to punt. Wow. Wow. Touchback. 16-yard net. AI. I don't trust you, AI. If I were them, I certainly would have gone for that. Or gone for the field goal, at least. Again, Gretzky, in my mind, telling me you miss those shots that you don't take. All 100% of them. Where on a quarterback draw gets 1 yard on 3rd and 7. Come on, guys. How often do you see that play work? The AI is so questionable in how they make those decisions. Camo, 41 yards, 5-yard returns, better than his previous punts at least. 2-yard gain by Hodges on 1st, 2nd and 8 for Arkansas State from their own 32. They're going to run again on 2nd down. It's going to be another short gain. And they're going to pick up a penalty for tripping. So negates the play, but it sets it back to 2nd and 18. Another penalty. Huffman this time, unnecessary roughness. He was just blocking as well, so apparently he's getting frustrated with how things are going. It's 3rd and 27, but this is now the 5th play from the line of scrimmage. That ball was deflected, but it falls incomplete. 4th and 27, definite punt situation. Or do you want to go for it now? No, they opt to punt. That one was wise. Seated no return on that one, so 42-yard punt, but we're going to start with the ball from our own 45. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half. Can we make something happen and put up more points? Maybe get ourselves in that comfortable can-win position before halftime after trailing 7-0 at the end of the first? Boy, that would be nice. This first down, Kirkwood, no gain. We got a first on the previous. 2nd down, another run, and suddenly Arkansas State, 2 plays in a row, stepping up big time. 3rd and 10. This is putting us into a danger zone as we're not very good on 3rd and long. Pass is complete. It's going to be a 6-yard 4th and 4. I would go for it. Please, please, would you? Even with the lead, even with a 14-7 lead, just 2 minutes left in the half, I would go for that still. No, we punt. Camo, touchback. Ooh, wow, surprise. 18-yard net. Oh, it's Cisco. Encroachment, penalty, 1st and 5 now. So really, you take that penalty with it, and we're looking at a 13-yard net. And yet we could have gone for it. 4th and short. 8 yards on 1st, and it's 2nd and 2. And in 2 plays, they've already pushed the ball out to where we were. So again, what was the point of not going for it on 4th and short? That one's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Spike the ball. Whoa! Hello? They were not there. It skipped a play for us. On 1st down, they must have gained 25 yards because they spiked it a 2nd time, and it was 2nd down and 53-yard field goal attempt on 3rd and 9 with 29 seconds left is no good. You had 30 seconds to work with, and you had all your timeouts. Why didn't you, run another couple plays? Fullback handoff, 1st down. He's going to get the first. He's going to get to midfield. And, oh, look, there's still time. We could do a Hail Mary. Are you going to go for it, or are you going to take the kneel? Okay. Apparently, that was that. We let the clock run. Halftime, though, 14-7. Time's up, though. My time is up, so we're going to have to sim the rest of this game. Ackley on the return there to start 2nd half, and let's go ahead and take this opportunity now. Say, we won the first. Will we win the second? AI can't be any worse than how the AI has been in its decision making, so we'll get to our result. And how did it turn out? Wow, that is a close game, and we get the win 24-22 over Arkansas State. Bobo ended up with 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kirkwood had 83 yards on 26 attempts, but no TDs. Let's go ahead and see the box score here. Casillas, 7 tackles, an interception, and a defensive touchdown, presumably in the third. And let's start with that scoring. So, Barber, they tied the game on a 46-yard pass. Huffman, of course. But they missed the extra point, so we keep a 1-yard lead. Casillas with the 15-yard interception and return. So this must have been just after a punt or something. They were just starting. 15 yards is a very short distance. So Casillas, of course, is going to win player of the game after doing that. Barber, field goal, cut the lead to 5. Clark, 45-yard field goal with 6 minutes left to put it back out to 8 points. Huffman, another 46-yard pass for the touchdown, and they went for 2 with, that was 18 seconds left. That would have sent the game to overtime, but the conversion failed. So it came down to the missed extra point. We won the game because of a missed extra point and because of a pick 6 by Casillas. Otherwise, wow, look at that first down edge. The yardage. We should have lost this game. We really should have. 59 attempts. Dang. We were just 50%. Rushing was definitely better. We had a 60-yard edge on them on the pretty much same number of attempts. Penalties. The turnovers 4-1. So turnovers was definitely the other piece. And of course, pick 6. Right? That's part of that story. 3 fumbles, lost 2 of them. Plus 2 interceptions. We were only intercepted 1 time. So we struggled to move the ball a bit offensively, especially in the second half, because the first half seemed relatively close. I didn't know exactly where we were at, but we certainly didn't seem to be at some large deficit. So the second half did not go as well as the first offensively, but that pick 6 made all the difference and all of those turnovers. And then ultimately, a kicker with a missed extra point decided this game. There it is. Barber, 1 for 2, and 1 for 2 on field goals. While Clark, 3 for 3, and 1 for 1 on field goals. Duffy, 8 tackles and a sack. To go, of course, with Casillas' defining day. Dexter also with 7 tackles, a pass deflection, and an interception. A lot of pass deflections. Look at that. Pancakes. Tang had 5, but he also had 1 penalty. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this week off. So, recruiting done. We not only get into a bowl game, but we squeak out a victory. Finish the season at 7-6. And we go straight into the national championship. So, LSU beats Stanford in a very close game, 19-14. Miami upsets Clemson, so Clemson loses back-to-back games going down, and it's going to be Miami and LSU in the national championship game. And we're going to wrap this episode up with this final score and your national champion for the year, which is LSU, Louisiana State University, winning 33-27. Miami gets almost all of their scoring done in the second quarter, but that was not enough. And so it's LSU with a strong second half performance, 23 points come from behind. and claim the national championship for this season, the 2020-2021 season. So that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.